Yo, what's up? What's going on? What's good? Boxing Source here with another video, and this is coming off of the comments of Mr. Mikey Garcia in reference to his plans at 147 pounds. Now, in the last little video tidbit, I was talking in reference to Mikey Garcia's comments in reference to going after a world title fight at 147 pounds. Now, it looks like he might have a little bit of change of plans when it comes to his next fight in 2022. It was like headline here that Mikey Garcia says that he wants to fight Regis Prograis next. And he also added that there's someone else that may be a target as well. And that person is the undisputed super lightweight champion, Josh Taylor. Now, it's crazy because, he had comments where he said that, hey, quote, I wanted to stay at 147 pounds to look at fighting for a world welterweight title. We had discussed the Prograis fight at welterweight as he was considering moving up to 147. And on Saturday, we were looking to have the fight at 147. But Sandor Martin has been at 140, around 140. So we agreed to a 145-pound catch weight, which I'm not thrilled about, but that's okay. He says he's never stepped on the scales of 147 pounds. I've been 144, 145, so it's saying to me, I want to have both options available. There's a chance to fight for a belt at welterweight. I'm ready, but 140 is a more ideal weight for me at my size and body structure. It's a more comfortable weight for me. Whoa. More, he said, is there's a good fight at 147 with a big name or belt. I love that. I think I'm better built and more developed for welterweight now than I was the first time around. But he doesn't see himself at lightweight ever again, 135, as he was a former 135-pound champion. But I can see 140. There's some very good names at the weight. Josh Taylor is a great champion, and some of the guys at 135 look to move up. So there's big fights at 140. It's interesting. Kind of like going at the guys at 135, that kind of have a little bit of interest, like the Teofimo Lopez's, the Devin Haney's, the Gervonta Tank Davis's, and those guys. Ryan Garcia, maybe. Who knows? But that's interesting comments there from Mikey Garcia, as it seems like he's trying to float around between, welterweight and super lightweight, saying that he's, been around 144, 145 pounds. So he can't necessarily make that 147 pound limit, or doesn't want to really get to the 147 pound limit. And with that being said, that kind of is interesting, given that he wanted to, initially see if he could position himself for a world title shot at 147. But looking at those guys at 147 pounds, whether it's, the Errol Spence Jr.'s there, unified champion, Terrence Crawford, or Sean Porter, depending on who wins that fight in November, and, Yordenis Ugas, all of those guys are sizably bigger than Mikey Garcia. And, of course, we've seen what happened between Errol Spence Jr. and Mikey Garcia. So the next route probably would be for him to go against, Yordenis Ugas, as, was mentioned in a previous video. That could have been a possible fight. Or the winner of Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter. But with what he's been saying here, it looks like he might not really stay at the welterweight limit or be above the super lightweight limit. He might just go ahead and try to go down to 140 pounds and try to get a fight with Josh Taylor, undisputed champion. That would probably be good for Josh Taylor if they could work together to make a fight. You know, Josh Taylor's there with Top Rank, who, Mikey Garcia was under for, the beginning of his career. And then he ended up being held out for about 2 years. So that would be interesting if they could try to make that fight. But you also do have Regis Prograis, who recently signed with, Pro Bellum, the new organization that was started up by Richard Schaefer, who used to be under Golden Boy Promotions and all that. So maybe they could put together a fight there between Mikey Garcia and Regis Prograis. But interesting to see Mikey Garcia having these particular comments not soon after he was saying that, a win against Sandor Martin could put me in position for a world title fight at welterweight. Guess maybe not. But on that note, that pretty much covers those words there from Mikey Garcia. Now we'll see. I guess 2022 will be up in the air for Mikey Garcia if he is able to get through this fight against Sandor Martin on Saturday night. But give us your thoughts about Mikey Garcia. Now almost seeming like he's having a change of heart in reference to pursuing titles at 147 pounds and might just see about being down at 140. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We really appreciate it. And on that note, I'm out. Peace.